letter to the editor, and let's find out like what is letter to editor, why we write letter to editor, and when we write letter to editor, and how we write. That's really important, that how to write a right letter. So let's begin. Like, what is a letter to the editor? An expression of opinion on a current subject or issue, a persuasive text with the aim to express views to a wider public, a written way of talking to readers of a regularly printed publication. So, an expression of opinion on a current subject or issue, like nowadays, corona is a heated, debated topic, social distancing, and like what humans are doing to their surroundings. So, these are the current issues, or we can talk about the increasing population or pollution, or like lack of proper facilities in school for sanitizing, and highlighting the issue for a larger audience. So, current issues are covered this way. Then a persuasive text with the aim to express views to to a wider public. So, like to reach masses, editor letter is the right source. Then it's written a way of talking to readers of a regularly printed publication. ज़्यादातर लोग जो है वो जब न्यूज़पेपर्स पढ़ते हैं या मैगज़ीन्स पढ़ते हैं या पीरियोडिकल पढ़ते हैं, तो उनको जो करंट इश्यूज़ हैं उसके बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन मिलती है, और एडिटर लेटर का पर्पस वही है कि लार्जर ऑडियंस तक पहुंचना. And they are often responses to articles from a particular publication or to other letters to the editors. ये response की तरह भी यूज़ करा जा सकता है कि editors जो हैं वो response कर रहे हैं other letters, अगर उसमें issue हुए हैं न्यूज़पेपर में या मैगज़ीन में, तो उसके response में भी editor letter लिखा जाता है. So, why a letter to the editor? The purpose of a letter to editor is to express your individual view about a current issue. तो आपका personal opinion, आप क्या सोचते हैं उस issue के बारे में, और क्या solutions दे सकते हैं आप masses को उस issue से relieve करने के लिए. And letters to the editor are published in nearly all magazines and newspapers, and anybody can write a letter to the editor. ऐसा कोई restriction नहीं है कि आप, मैं और हम जैसे common man जो अपनी बात को जो है अगर masses तक पहुँचाना चाहते हैं, authorities तक पहुँचाना चाहते हैं, तो हम letter to editor use कर सकते हैं. Generally they are individuals who are passionate about a specific current issue, और ज़्यादातर जो है ये वही लोग लिखते हैं जो बहुत ही ज़्यादा एक्टिव हैं सोशल मीडिया पे, या वो अपनी आवाज़ को रेज़ करने का राइट मेथड जानते हैं. तो लेटर टू एडिटर ज़्यादातर उन लोगों के थ्रू ही लिखा जाता है. It's features of a letter to editor. You can see the effective ones rely on fact as well as opinions, can be for or against an issue, or simply to inform or raise awareness, usually found in the first section of the publication, or on the editorial page. Usually it's less than 200 usually, but if we talk about our syllabus, it's 120 to 150 words, the word limit of editor letter. Begins with the salutation to the editor of the publication and includes sender's details, the writer's full name and brief description, so town, school, neighborhood, etc. We'll see the format in the next few slides. Why write a letter to the, like you are angry about something and want others to know about it. An issue is so important that you must speak out, or to persuade others to take a specific action, or to suggest an idea to others, to influence public opinion, to educate the public, to influence policymakers like leaders, people in charge. So, these are few important issues which need like a voice of some intelligent people who can open up the eyes of the authorities. So, editor letters are usually like an eye opener for the authorities also. So, this is the importance of editor letter. When should you write one? Anytime you want to, like, shape public opinion, tell others how to feel about something, inform the public on an issue, start a community conversation about an issue. So, this way you can use this right of writing editor letter. How do you write a letter to the editor? That's really important. Like, first comes sender address, then comes date, then the editor, that is receiver address with name and address. Subject, very important, what is the purpose of writing the editor letter, that should be clear in the subject. Then comes salutation, you can refer to as like sir, madam, dear editor, and introductory paragraph, then body of the letter. So, usually letter writing requires 3 para and a closing line, like you are writing introductory line like to the columns of your esteemed newspaper. I wish to awaken the authorities by on the issue, you can write that way, and there are lots of phrases which I have provided in this PDF and this PowerPoint presentation that you can copy for easy presentation of letter to editor, concluding paragraphs like your opinion, views, etc., yours faithfully, and then the signature. Further, like how you can score good, keep it under 150 words, keep most important points, refers to the subject in the first paragraph, refer to something recent and relevant in the community, and use local statistics and examples. Maintain at least 3 paragraphs introduction, body, conclusion, and closing line is really important, that is the future action. Here is the format. Letter to the editor and official letter, like you can mention sender address, date, receiver address, then subject, salutation, introductory para. Then comes the main body, like 100 words, like main body and conclusion, then yours truly and signature. So, this is the format, you can copy this in your notebook, that is really important. Here's again like what is letter writing and what kind of letters are included in your syllabus, like business letters are there, making inquiries, asking for information, replying to inquiries, giving information, placing, cancelling orders, registering or making complaints, making requests or appeals. Then comes the letter to the editor, letter of application, that is job application. So, here is the value point you can see, and you can go through these value points. Then you are supposed to copy this letter in your notebook, so that it gives you the clear picture that how you can write a good letter to editor. So, here is a letter to editor highlighting the misused and poorly maintained subways. So, introductory paragraph, right through the columns of your esteemed paper. Let's begin with the beginning, like sender address is there, then date is there, then receiver address is there, subject should come before or after. So, sometimes there is lots of confusion that where you should write a subject. I have mentioned that in your format. So, you can copy that CBSE format, but in different books you will find different way of highlighting the subject. Sometimes it is written before the salutation, sometimes it is written after the salutation. So, subject is misused and poorly maintained subways. Introductory paragraph, through the columns of your esteemed newspaper, I wish to draw the attention of the concerned authorities towards the poor condition of subways in the city, and firmly hope that something will be done to improve their conditions. So, this is the introductory paragraph. Then it is a main body where you highlight each and every problem in connectivity with the subway issue. And also next is like you mentioned the suggestions also, and there is a closing line. I hope this grievance will reach the ears of the concerned authorities and immediate action will be taken. So, here is the closing remark, and then that is called complimentary close with the signature and designation if applicable. So, copy this letter in your notebook. So, it is important important letter. There is another sample editor letter for your notebook. So, here is like undue burden on school children. Here again, like subject is mentioned before the salutation, sender address, date, receiver address, then subject, and this is I guess like the correct format which CBSE is accepting. And then here is a sample letter to editor which you can copy down in your notebooks. And here it is following 3 paragraph closing line is missing. When you will be in class, I will be dictating a couple of more editor letters that will give you more clear picture. So here are some common phrases which you can use in your letter to editor. Please copy these phrases in your notebook, that's really important. And this will help you to give a good and formal presentation to your letter. So easy way out I have provided for my students, so that they can use these phrases in their notebooks for letters to the editor. Here's a task for home. This letter you're supposed to write in your notebook. You have noticed many stray animals on the road during the busy hours of the day. These animals have caused traffic jams as well as accidents. You have already written to the concerned authorities, but no action was taken so far. So write a letter to the editor of a leading newspaper about it. You are Preeti Pratik of 56 Preet Vihar, New Delhi. Please write down this letter in your notebook. And here's the end of this presentation. Thank you so much for listening to it, and please make sure you're doing your task at home, which I have mentioned in this PowerPoint presentation. Thank you.